Hey guys, welcome back. I am finally able to sit down and film another video for you guys. I have just been very busy moving and just work, and we went out of town for a weekend for 4th of July, so I just have not had time to sit down and film, but I'm finally back. And if you read the description on my last video, I was telling you guys that I was moving and it was very hectic, so you'll probably be seeing these solid backgrounds for quite some time, but who knows, I may end up decorating this room and give you guys a more personal background. But today's video, as you saw by the title, is going to be a demo and review on the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. I got my hands on this foundation. I know a lot of people have been talking about they cannot find it. I'm so happy that I was able to find it, and it is in my color, which is Cocoa. And this is the same color that I use in the L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation. So I'm excited to try this out for you guys. I have worn it, so I didn't want it to be a first impressions. I kind of wanted it to be a review and demo. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Milani Prime Shield Mattifying Primer. And this is like my favorite primer right now. I've used it pretty much all up. And I have not even reached for my Smashbox primer that is pretty much exactly like this. I haven't even reached for that one, so that should tell you how much I actually love this primer. So I'm gonna go in with the Pro Glow now, and I'm actually gonna use a brush. Just gonna squeeze it onto different spots on my face. So I'm not one who is into like glowy foundations or dewy foundations. I'm not really into that because I get really oily eyelids, nose, T-zone. My entire face gets oily throughout the day, so I usually don't like dewy or luminous foundations. But I decided to give this one a try because I've been seeing so many people talk about it. Even oily people talk about it and say that it was a good foundation, but it was very hard for me to find. I randomly found it in a Target near my house, and I just assumed that they would not have it because I had been looking for it, and I walked past and I was like, wait a minute, was that a darker color? And I just went and picked it up because I could not pass it up. So definitely try your Targets, your Walmarts, your Walgreens, CVS. Just try every single store until you're able to find it, and you'll probably be able to get it. If not, I would say look online and see if you can find it there. The Pro Matte had this weird orangish tint to it for the Cocoa shade. So it doesn't look like it has that for this one. It is a little bit different from my neck, so it is a little bit more yellow, I feel like this foundation is. And it could be my lights because they're really bright for some reason today. So it could be my lighting because I'm looking in the mirror and it's kind of matching up, but on screen it's very bright. So it could be my lighting, but I'm going to add just a little bit more on my cheeks because I need like a little bit more coverage there. So I'm just going to kind of add a little bit more. So definitely seems buildable. It's not cakey when I put on that second layer. So the Pro Matte foundation was like my favorite foundation, and it is still one of my favorite foundations at the drugstore. I don't think anything has topped that just yet, but it's the brightness on my screen. So now, as you can see, it looks a little bit closer to my neck. It still is a little bit bright, but it's definitely more true now since I did fix that. So this is pretty much what it looks like. I think the coverage is pretty decent. I would say that the coverage is not as full coverage as the L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation. So this says that it has a radiant finish and it's 24 hours, it's medium coverage, and it's air light. So it also tells you to shake well, dot onto the skin in rolling motion for flawless coverage. and it says never dull or never greasy. So I definitely don't notice a whole lot of dewiness. I can see in the viewfinder on my computer that I do look a little bit more like dewy in my T-zone area. So whereas the other foundation would be like completely matte. I don't get oily throughout the day. But yeah, so I like this so far, and I think this is like the perfect finish, like a radiant finish for the summertime right now, because we're all looking for that kind of like minimal glow from within look. So I really do like it so far. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of concealer and powder. And concealer that I'm using is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. So this is something that is also, I think, my first time using it on camera for you guys. And this is something that I picked up because a lot of people were saying that it wasn't in darker shades, and I ended up finding it at Sephora in dark warm. And I was so shocked because I had looked for this concealer because everyone talked about how good it was, and I really wanted to try it. And I really thought that I was not going to be able to get my hands on it in a shade that would work for me. However, I finally found it at Sephora, and it works wonders. It looks amazing on my skin. Just using my beauty blender to pat this in. And for concealer, I like to use my beauty blender dry. I don't know if that's weird, but I feel like it just gives a more fuller coverage when it's dry because it's not lifting the extra product off. So I like to have a fuller coverage look for my under eyes and anywhere I'm applying concealer. So that's why I don't damp my beauty blender when I do concealer. So the concealer looks to have blended well with the foundation. Right now my concealer looks a little bit kind of oily because of I have not set it yet, and I don't think it's like a matte concealer, but I really do love this concealer. It's very full coverage, and it says that it's light diffusing and peptide infused. I love this concealer, and I definitely recommend you guys go out and get this. I'm not going to be doing like a review on that, but this is an amazing concealer, so go out and get it. To set my under eyes, I'm going to just be using my Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder, and this is in the loose. I'm just using an e.l.f. concealer brush to just kind of pat that in, and then I'll just dust away any excess that's there. So far so good still with the concealer and powder. I don't want to mattify the foundation too much, so I'm just going to be using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder today instead of like my Makeup Forever Duo Matte or a mattifying powder, because I don't want to kind of defeat the purpose of the foundation, which is to give like a glowy finish. But I feel like if you mattify it, then does it still give that radiant glowy finish? So I'm just going to put on that now. I think with the powder added, it didn't really take away too much from the overall look or the overall radiance of the look. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of do my eyes and add some highlighter, and then we'll see how the finished look comes all put together, and I'll give you guys my final opinions on the products. Okay guys, I am back with the rest of my makeup finished. So as you can see, I have a full face on now, and I did film this makeup look, so you can probably see it after I upload this video. It should be up shortly after, but I did it with the Modern Renaissance palette, so you can look forward to seeing how I did this eye look with that. But anyways, back to what this video is about, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. And I love this foundation so far. I have had it on for about 20 or 30 minutes, I think. I don't know, maybe a little bit longer since I filmed the first part of this video, but I am in love with this foundation. I think I can see the glow on top of like, or underneath my highlighter and powder and things like that. I didn't want to do a whole lot of powdering and contouring or anything because I didn't want to take away from this foundation. I wanted to really see how it was going to turn out, and I really do like it. I love the fact that it did not make me dewy or greasy like it said, and it's not dull either, so it's not like just a little shine here or there or just completely like matte. So I don't know about it being 24 hours. I'm probably not gonna test that out. I will update the description box as far as how long it wears throughout the day and how it wears throughout the day. And it does feel really light on the skin. It's not too thick. I noticed that it goes on really well, and you can double up layers, so it's buildable and it's not cakey if you do decide to build another layer on top of the first one. So I really do like this foundation. I definitely recommend you guys try it out if you can find it. It's pretty much the same price, I think, as the L'Oreal Pro Matte, and I think this is probably my favorite non-matte foundation that's in my collection right now. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this foundation. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know you like looking at reviews and demos, and I will do them again for you in the future. As always, thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I would love to see you come back and watch another video of mine. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.